So, honey, I just got a call from Hopetown Search and Rescue, and they have found a flotation device that I threw to Mom when she fell overboard. And so they haven't found her yet, but they can now focus all of their efforts in a smaller area.
That message was sent just hours before she vanished into open water. No distress call, no witnesses, just a story that didn't quite add up. Her husband said it was an accident, but what investigators would later uncover told a very different story. Before the headlines, before the questions, before the ocean took her, there was a life. Lynette Hooker wasn't just a name in a news report. She was a mother, a woman who had chosen a different kind of life, one most people only dream about. For years, she and her husband, Brian Hooker, lived at sea, documenting their journey, sharing glimpses of a life that looked free. Endless water, sunsets, no schedules, no limits. But sometimes, what looks peaceful on the surface is anything but. They had been together for decades, over 20 years of marriage. They had sailed for more than a decade, experienced, capable, not the kind of people who panic at sea, which is why what happened next felt so hard to believe. Behind the photos, there were cracks. According to those closest to Lynette, the relationship wasn't always calm. There had been arguments, moments that crossed the line. At one point, things escalated into a domestic incident. And even more unsettling, there were claims that he had once threatened her. Her daughter would later say, "Something about this didn't feel right." Because people don't just disappear like that, not without something leading up to it.
It just doesn't add up why she was swimming away from the boat or why she had the keys. I have known past issues between them have not been good, so it's just weird that this is happening now. Okay, you said this was gonna probably happen and now it's happening, so.
April 4th, 2026. The night everything changed. They were traveling in a small dinghy, moving between locations near the Bahamas. It was dark, no moonlight, strong currents. And then, she was gone. According to Brian Hooker, Lynette fell overboard, taking the engine key with her. The boat lost power instantly. He said he threw a flotation device, but the current pulled her away. And then, he lost sight of her. Instead of calling immediately, he paddled back to shore and didn't report her missing until hours later, early the next morning. At first, it sounded like a tragic accident. But investigators started noticing small things that didn't quite fit. Clue 1. Timing. Why wait hours before reporting her missing? Clue 2. Experience. They were experienced sailors. So how does someone like Lynette just fall? Clue 3. Conditions. Rough water, darkness, no life jacket. But then, another message surfaced. A message Brian had sent, not to authorities, but to a friend. And the tone was different. There was no panic, no urgency, just information, almost rehearsed. Then there was the voicemail, the one you heard at the beginning.
So, honey, I just got a call from Hopetown Search and Rescue, and they have found a flotation device that I threw to Mom when she fell overboard. And so they haven't found her yet, but they can now focus all of their efforts in a smaller area.
calm, controlled, almost detached. In situations like this, behavior matters more than words. Because when something truly unexpected happens, people react. They panic. They rush. They call for help. But here, there was a delay. Experts often look for patterns: control, escalation, emotional detachment. And sometimes, the most dangerous moments are the ones that look like accidents. But then, the story took a turn. Authorities arrested Brian Hooker, not charged, but no longer just a witness. And then, something even more disturbing surfaced. There had been claims of past violence, even allegations that he once threatened to throw her overboard. The search eventually shifted from rescue to recovery, and out there, in miles of open water, Lynette was never found. No witnesses, no clear answers, just a story that depends on who you believe. So, what do you think? Was this a tragic accident in unpredictable waters, or something that had been building long before they ever stepped onto that boat? Let me know what you think. If stories like this matter to you, the ones that don't always have clear answers, the ones that leave you thinking long after they're over, then you're in the right place. This is Crime in the Shadows, where we uncover the stories that don't always make sense, but deserve to be told. Subscribe and stay with us.